So, penalties. We love them in NASCAR, and they're totally not controversial at any time whatsoever. But let's just get the jokes out of the way, because there are some changes ahead for the 2025 season, as NASCAR has introduced some new manufacturer penalties. Now, I'm just going to go through the structure of these penalties and go over my thoughts when it comes to them. Full article on the motorsportreports.com. In a recent update to the NASCAR rulebook, competition officials have outlined specific penalty options for manufacturers found to be in violation of the rules. Section 10.5.2.8.c absolutely rolls off the tongue, details the potential reprimands that original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, may face if NASCAR determines any wrongdoing that has occurred. NASCAR reserves the right to determine if an OEM has violated the NASCAR rulebook and may impose penalties on the OEM or its representatives accordingly. The following framework serves as a general guideline for assessing OEM penalties. The examples provided are illustrative and not exhaustive, offering clarity on the types and ranges of infractions that may result in penalties should NASCAR determine enforcement is warranted. The introduction of the formal penalty structure comes after the sanctioning body announced in January that such measures would be implemented for the 2025 season. The decision to establish clear guidelines for manufacturer penalties follows the controversy that arose during the penultimate race of the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season at Martinsville Speedway. Of course, Alex Bowman remembers that, where multiple teams were penalised for actions deemed to be detrimental to stock car racing and race manipulation. It wasn't Martinsville. I've said that. It wasn't Martinsville, was it? It was the Charlotte Roval. That was the one with Alex Bowman. But yeah, fair few controversies last season in NASCAR, of course. But according to the upgraded rule book, the manufacturers found to be in violation of the rules may face one or more of the following penalties: loss of between 25 to 50 manufacturer points, loss of 30 to 60 wind tunnel hours, loss of 250 to 500 RCFD, which is restricted computational fluid dynamics test runs, and loss of 2 to 4 vehicle tests. NASCAR officials emphasized the list of penalties serve as a general guideline and not exhaustive. The sanctioning body reserves the right to determine if an OEM has violated the NASCAR rulebook and may impose penalties accordingly. In addition to the manufacturer penalty structure, NASCAR also updated section 55A of the rulebook, which determines competition's performance obligations. The updated language states that any member who attempts to improperly influence the outcome of an event or encourages others to do so will be subject to penalties outlined in section 10, which covers violations and disciplinary action. The introduction of the manufacturer penalty structure and the update to the competition performance obligations section of the rulebook demonstrate NASCAR's commitment to maintaining the integrity of the sport and ensuring fair competition among teams and manufacturers. Yeah, so like I said in the intro, penalties for NASCAR teams and NASCAR drivers are really, really controversial in the sport. Absolutely. You know, NASCAR is seen to quite often not be actually focusing on what matters, seems to be letting things slide when they shouldn't, and seems to be penalising things when they should go. Whether that's going to change this season or not, I doubt it. I doubt it. Wherever there's controversial decisions or controversial incidents, there will be controversial responses to them. Some people will say that they've not gone far enough, and other people will say that they've gone too far. So it's a very difficult thing to balance. And of course, in the court of public opinion, everybody has an opinion, and a lot of people have differing opinions from your opinion, which in my opinion means that it's going to cause controversy. But those are my thoughts on it, guys. I mean, we'll have to see how these things shake out at the end of the day. Like a lot of things, it's hard to really give much of an opinion on it before we see it in action, but some of those are quite big. I mean, the wind tunnel testing, the manufacturer points being deducted, those are big penalties in my opinion. So the stewards of NASCAR, the organizers of the event, NASCAR officials, they have got some serious power to come down hard on manufacturers. But we'll see how it works out, guys. And of course, as the 2025 season gets underway in the Cup Series, we'll be here to cover it all on the NASCARchronicle.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, guys, and we'll see you very soon for some more content on the world of stock car racing right here. Have a good one, guys. See you soon.